morning and welcome back to the Way Outdoors. Today is Thursday, September 1st, 2022, and I'm about an hour south of Pinedale, Wyoming, on my way to meet up with Dominic and his wife Meagan, and the three of us are going out on a 5-day, 4-night backpacking trip in the Wind River Range. I left the Denver area at 3 in the morning today. It's been a beautiful drive, and we are expecting 0 precipitation and highs up in the mid 60s and lows just in the high 20s. So not terribly cold, but when you're up at 10,000 feet, you can expect it to be cold, especially in the beginning of September. Gonna continue the drive here, meet up in Pinedale, go check out the outfitters, and get this adventure started. Wind River Range 2022, let's go. Made it to Pinedale. The notorious Great Outdoor Shop and Wind River Range Brewing. So I've made it to Pinedale, stopped by the store and grabbed some cheese, and chatted up with the guys at the outfitters about our route, and Jordan at the Great Outdoors confirmed our route and said it looked great. And I met up with Dom and Meagan, and they are behind me there. You can see them. They're gonna follow me to the Newfork Trailhead, and then we are going to drop their vehicle, which we will be picking up on our way out, and then we're going to drive back down through Pinedale in my vehicle and to the Elkhart Park Trailhead to start. "70 miles an hour, don't mind if I do." That's what we'll be hiking in. All right, Newfork Lakes, here we come. Bridger National Forest. Let's go, let's go. Sweet. Pulling up to the Newfork Trailhead. All right. Looks like we got some parking. Sweet. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is not the end of the trip. This is the beginning.
Cheers.
I'm here with Dom and Meagan, and we have made it to the Elkhart Park Trailhead. We are having a pre-hike beer.
That's delicious.
Got a seltzer.
Tiny Bomb Pilsner.
Tiny Bomb Pilsner, strawberry kiwi hard seltzer.
This is good and fruity.
And the Marble Mountain IPA from Crooked's Dave. I'm excited for this group, and we got good drinks, good food. It's this guy's birthday tomorrow.
25.
Yep. So we're gonna celebrate it in style up there. Beautiful basins, some lakes, and warm weather. So maybe we can jump and do some swimming. But
It's been over 2 years since Johan and I got out to the backcountry last. It was our Mount Harvard and Princeton trip, and yeah, so it's really good to get back out here. Definitely excited for this video, and yeah, look for mine on the Dom route like a year after Mike releases his.
cheers to the trail, and we'll cheers on the way out.
This is really good. That's so freaking good.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna
register.
Dom, are you gonna be the trip leader? We got the funk, gotta have that funk. So stoked to get out here. Wind River Range 2022. It's gonna be a great trip. Can feel it already. So we were about 45 minutes in, maybe an hour in. Steady trail. Rocky, rooty. A lot of people say don't underestimate these first miles. It looks kind of easy on paper and on a map, but a lot of ups and downs. Officially entering the wilderness.
So it was just like it wasn't even there, but
didn't
I
even
will
exist.
always have that in my heart.
I got it right here too.
Brother!
The Whomping Willow.
Obvious.
That's what it looks like.
Whomps the ground, mate.
It whomped the car too.
It's obvious by the way that it is.
Photographer's Point. I think we're about 5 miles in. So that Photographer's Point was absolutely one of the best views I've ever seen in my life. Glacier, 4-pass loop, Tetons, those are all up there for sure, but the amount of peaks you could see, there's dozens, and a lot of them were 12s, 13ers. Super cool. So we made it to Hobbs Lake. I think this is right around mile 6-ish. We'll be passing Seneca after this. We do have to go down and then up again, and then Little Seneca Lake. So there are camping opportunities here, but we're gonna push on. Hobbs Lake was really beautiful. There wasn't even anybody camping there, not that we saw, but we are pushing on to Seneca, maybe Little Seneca, we'll see, but we're gonna drop down into this meadow, and we gotta go up one more steep little grade. So we'll see what this looks like down here.
Taking this home to my kid. I walked a quarter mile for this piece of grass.
I'm thinking the trail's gonna go right up through that kind of little drainage, and then we'll go up and over into Seneca. It's just a little pond. Should be the last little steep push for the day, I think. But it's going right up. So this is Hobbs Lake. Earlier I was thinking maybe Barber Lake, I guess. But just one of those times when you think you're making quicker miles, but this is gorgeous. So there's been a couple ponds and lakes, but this is the first running water really we've seen. What a beautiful spot. Kind of going up this little narrow canyon to Seneca, a little creek. First views of Seneca Lake.
Definitely bigger than Barbara Lake.
Yep, and Hobbs.
Sure.
This has been a big first day. Very peaceful time of night. Amazing views. All right, so we are pretty pooped. It is 7:20. So actually that's really only about 5 hours of hiking. I think we came about probably close to 10 miles. We are on the westish side of Seneca Lake. Didn't make it quite to the end, but it was a big day. We all drove 6-7 hours. We got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep each. And we just need to hydrate, relax, get used to the altitude, and just take it easy. So, beautiful spot on Seneca. My pad's obviously going to be right here. It's towards the end, a little more exposed, and then Dom and Meagan's are going to be right behind us here in this little grove with the trees. That's where we'll do food and all that good stuff. Made it to camp. Night number 1, Wind River Range, 2022.
Well, we ended up calling her mustard.
So I moved my tent, but we are up high above Seneca Lake here. That last evening glow setting up. I got their tent there. And I'm right here. Beautiful evening. Not a cloud in the sky. we have made it to camp,
Let
and
Meagan
Dom
do it.
and Megan brought us a couple beers. So what do we got here?
We have Base Camp Beer Works from Grand Junction. We have 2 Escalante Imperials and then 1 Sangria beer.
Sweet. All right. Let's crack them. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to first night of adventure. A long day.
Oh, that's the good
Beers.
stuff.
Ooh, that is good. What to say?
Yummy.
It's cool.
Sick.
That is the Independence Monument, famous in Grand Junction. People climb it. There's also hikes that lead to it. It is a lot of fun.
I've done those hikes.
Dom's done the hikes. I've done the hikes.
I've done it once.
Megan's probably done the hikes.
I've never been to the monument.
Damn it. You ruined the video. I have chicken, what is it called? Chicken what?
Pho.
It's pho.
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 It's pho.
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 So you see how that says PHO? That spells pho.
Oh, okay.
Pho.
So, I got chicken pho. It's by Good to Go out of Maine. I've never had this. It's actually pretty cool. It's got
that's a
obviously
Good To Go
chicken in it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's even got like fish sauce and stuff. So I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy, but it actually smells delightful. There it is. Got the little glass noodles, and I'm going to dump an incredibly large amount of water into it. It requires 28 ounces of water, which is obscene. I don't even, is this wrong? Does it even fit in the pouch? So this is basically all the water I filtered for my day when we went to the lake. Oh my God. It really does fill the whole thing.
If you need some water, we got some.
No, I'm good. So you put what in the ramen bomb though?
Star-kissed white chicken. I'm gonna do some Idahoan potatoes of the loaded variety.
Sweet.
Mike, do you remember when I didn't like potatoes?
That's so weird
I
and
didn't
such a
like
weird memory, and that's
Jalapenos
accurate.
And asparagus, and I didn't like
Jesus
broccoli.
Christ.
I didn't like goat cheese or.
It is morning of the second day of the trip, and our first full day of backpacking here in the Wind River Range, 2022. We are camped at Seneca Lake. Beautiful this morning. And we're going to be heading up that way today. Our campsite is actually kind of up on this little knoll, up on that hill, kind of out of sight, behind the rocks and the trees, but it was a nice little covered spot. So it got pretty chilly last night. The weather did say it was going to get down to about 25 degrees. I don't know if it got that cold, but I was sleeping in just boxers in my sleeping bag. I added the liner in the middle of the night, but tonight if I'm cold or just before bed, I'm probably going to put some leggings on and a top of some kind, just so I don't have to be cold in the night. It'll keep my core body up. But it is a gorgeous morning here. Couldn't ask for more. It is Dominic's birthday, so when him and Megan wake up, I wish him a happy birthday. And I actually packed him in like a little cupcake cake without smashing it, so we'll see how it goes. It's kind of fun. I forgot a candle though. That's pretty much what you need to do for a birthday. The weather looks great. Time to filter some water. I'm gonna go start some oatmeal and just get my camp chores going. Hey, that kind of looks like a birthday boy.
Oh, hello, fella.
How we doing here, mate?
It's Dom's 25th birthday today.
Hello.
Everybody say happy birthday.
In the winds. Not very windy though.
Not very windy.
I'll take it.
Good spot though, huh?
It's pretty neat out here, I must say.
So we are leaving our spot at Seneca Lake here in a couple minutes. For those planning to do this route, I was approached by a ranger this morning and he was saying that we weren't 200 feet off the trail. We're probably 80 to 100, 120 depending on where the tents are, but regardless, we were kind of far enough from the lake, but that's what we learned today. So if you don't want to get yelled at, I wouldn't camp here. Dom's finishing packing up and we're about ready to go. Had a great night here. We're gonna head to Island Lake from here, which is gonna be somewhere straight ahead, I think. We're gonna go up, hug the lake here, and then go up over this little pass and down. And Island Lake should be kind of at the base of these other mountains down in there. But I think to get to the junction for Island Lake, it should be only about 2.5 miles. And then we're gonna kind of take a side trail around the lake and find camp. And then set up camp, grab day packs, and head up to Titcomb Basin. Heading out from our illegal camp. Here's what it is. We weren't trying to do anything malicious. It looked like a site, and there were really no markings showing that it wasn't a site as far as like logs blocking the trail or anything like that. You're supposed to be 200 feet from the trail, and to be honest, where our tents were, probably 130, 150. So we are off. Day 2, Wind River Range. Heading up to Island Lake and Titcomb Basin today. It is Friday of Labor Day, so there's gonna be a lot of people coming in, I'm sure. The last look at Seneca Lake through there. We actually might have camped straight ahead on that rocky area. This is Little Seneca Lake, which I guess had some good camping opportunities too. Kind of steep little spot coming out of Little Seneca. Gonna get up onto the top here, and actually the CDT, Continental Divide Trail, is gonna cut right past us. Really cool milestone here. This is the Continental Divide Trail, so we're gonna be on it actually a little bit the rest of this trip. But we're gonna go up to the left here, up to Island Lake. I swear, can't walk more than 20 feet before I see another spot. Beautiful little meadow. We are very close to our first views of Island Lake. Steep little grade for sure. Gonna get these views in just a minute. Sweet. Beautiful. So we found a spot to camp already. Birthday boy. So this is really funny. A good buddy of mine, Jamie, gave me some GPS coordinates for a site, and I forgot it actually saved it to my Gaia. So we were walking along the trail and we just started following up here, and this is definitely 200 feet from the trail. It's 200 feet from the lake, and this is gorgeous. I mean, this view is spot on. I can't believe we got this spot actually. Let's check this out. Good camping spot right here. Views of Island Lake all the way around. Ridiculous. You're probably going to see this shot 74 more times today. Sweet. So this is a record. It is 11:47. We're going to set up camp and just explore this area. Get up to Titcomb. And just beautiful. Camp. All right. 4 beers.
chest and abs, and that's all you fucking do around here.
Legs, bro.
Cardio, chest, abs.
It's just a cross. Very simple.
Yeah.
So my tent is right down here. Now up that direction. We're gonna go filter some water, have a beer and go for a swim.
Yeah, mate.
So this is our little beach area. Just walked 2 minutes. We're right up there in those trees. So this is our own little private area. I don't think people will be coming down to. But not a bad spot to chill some bees. All right, it is 12:37 on Friday, September 2nd. Dominic's birthday. We're here at the beautiful Island Lake, about to jump in. Each have a couple beers. I'm starting it off pretty strong. It is still water on fleek. It is a 13% Imperial Stout. So we're gonna hit this up and then day hike up to Titcomb Basin right over my shoulder here. Living the dream, a Rappa Haze,
I love that
double
can.
dry hopped Imperial Hazy IPA, 8.15.
Yep.
Broke it down to 2
I
decimal
loved
points.
that. I was just like, that is particular.
Yeah.
This is not 8.1, but it's also not 8.2.
There you go.
Woo!
Sorry, here you go.
Woo!
Feel good?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Eagle. Freedom.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Saying goodbye to our swim spot. Filtered some water, had a snack. Gonna be heading to Titcomb, which is out there to the left. But just looking back towards our camp, it's right up there. It's actually a pretty easy walk. All right, we are off from our campsite, kind of on the western side of Island Lake. We're gonna go day hike up to Titcomb. Should be anywhere between like 2.5 to 4 miles one way, depending on the route we choose. Beautiful white sand beach. Wow. Steep little ascent right here, but this is what we get. Man. I'm just in awe of this place. It really is one of those places that just doesn't seem real. The view looking up towards Titcomb with those mountains, it's just ridiculous. It's like a super high def screen or something. Titcomb Basin. I packed a beer up to the Titcomb Lakes here. It's the beer that Dom had earlier, Living the Dream, a Rappa Haze. This is definitely one of the most expansive shots I've ever seen. It's just rugged, and this lake is freezing cold. This hike was definitely worth it up here. Cheers. Woo! Hanging out at Titcomb Lakes. We're heading out. What an awesome place. Came up here and swam, had snacks. Just one of the most relaxing, peaceful places I've ever seen in my life. And this backdrop is just so rugged. All I can say about that was wow. Seriously. Made it around the lake and just about to our cutoff. Gonna go right here and start heading back to the camp. So we made it back to camp. We filtered some water and got our beers chilled. And this is what Island Lake is looking like right now. What time is it? About 6:45?
It is 6:50.
6:50.
He's cheating. Were we gonna infiltrate first, or?
Oh yeah, let's infiltrate. I have some rye whiskey, and it's Dom's birthday, so.
Oh, thanks. The infiltration.
Yeah. Oh, that was a swig.
That was.
Nice.
That was like a.
Right on, brother.
Happy birthday.
Whoa. This was a beer that Mike let me have. It is the June Lake Brewing Cedar Slope Murky Double IPA.
So yeah, this is a collab with June Lake Brewing and Pure Project out of California.
Ooh, that's murky.
Yeah.
That's like a sauce. That's good.
It's like
That's
a sauce.
an IPA sauce.
Yeah, that is good. Damn. It's weird, like those really fluffy hazies have that flavor. It's like
Yeah.
super tropical, but like melon too.
Yeah,
Getting that melon.
yeah.
Definitely not that shitty cantaloupe though. I have Galaxy Double Dry Hopped OJ from Lone Pine Brewing out of Maine. And it's their traditional OJ, but dry hopped. So, it can be real fluffy as well and tasty, I think. Cheers.
Nice.
So this isn't as hazy. Like, it's definitely not as murky. It's gonna be more citrusy. Like, definitely
Ooh,
more
I like that though.
citrus bitter kind of.
Yeah, the bitter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the bitter. Chicken coconut curry. And I'm excited.
I'm doing the Alpine Air. How is it, Dom?
Forever young.
He wants to be forever young. Are you gonna eat the mac and cheese or?
The Tree Shaker
Oh,
Imperial Tangerine IPA by
it's tangerine. They originally did peach, huh?
Yeah.
That was the OG. That one's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Forever Young mac and cheese. It is delicious. I don't know if I'm just really hungry, but it's fantastic. Very good cheesy creaminess. Small little noodle bites and some veggies. Peas, carrots, and corn. I like how it a burp. But Dom,
But Mike.
I brought you a birthday cake.
What?
I forgot a candle, but I was gonna light it up for you, man. Yeah, I brought you. It's a chocolate birthday cake.
Oh my god.
So yeah, man, I
Thank
carried it in
you,
for you.
bro.
It got a little smushed,
No, that's
but
perfect.
it's probably gonna be pretty good. Dude, is there stuff inside too?
That's so moist.
That thing like sat in the sun and it like.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
You're welcome, dude. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Last beer. Decided to drink it after today. We have 2 more nights, but we have beer in the car when we get out, and it doesn't really matter because it's fun to have a couple, especially because of birthday celebration. So I gave Dom the chocolate cake. Now we have a mint chocolate stout to sum it up. Cacao nibs, mint leaves from Perennial. They're out of St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri. It's called 17. So let's share this and enjoy it. It is 6:42 a.m. on our second morning, third day of the trip here. And we are at Island Lake. Beautiful morning. Get the camp chores started, get some coffee going, and watch the sun kind of take over these peaks here. They're just starting to glow. I got out of the tent around like 6:45. I have not shown a detailed itinerary for our trip so far, so I'm going to show you what the grand master plan was and where we've gone so far. So day one, we met up in Pinedale and parked the exit car over here, drove the car around back through Pinedale and up to the Elkhart Trailhead here. And that's where we started the hike. Day one on Thursday, we hiked down along the Pole Creek Trail, kind of ups and downs through the forest, past a lot of small lakes, and made our way to Photographer's Point. This had those just epic views all the way up towards all the peaks that we're looking at now. One of the most prominent features on the trail for sure. Things just really opened up and you really got that rocky look from there. It's beautiful. From there we continued on past Hobbs Lake and then dropped down to Seneca. This was a real slog here. It was pretty steep, especially for the first day, but we got views of Seneca Lake, and then we actually camped night one right about here on the edge of the lake there. Day two, we started at Seneca Lake here, climbed up the pass towards Little Seneca and up to the Highline Trail. There we kind of crossed it a little bit and dropped down to the Indian Basin Trail to Island Lake here. And we kind of walked around the west side of the lake over here, and we're camped somewhere right around here, I'd say. So from there we set up camp, got day packs, came back to the trail and did the hike up to the Titcomb Lakes. Up here we kind of sat at the headwaters of the South Lake and just got in all these views up here. We were debating on what all these peaks were. We saw Dinwiddie, the Sphinx, Twin Peaks, and Fremont's down here, and it was just beautiful. This whole area is just so amazing. So that was an awesome hike. Came back to camp. Here we are today for this morning. You ready for day three, mate?
Oh, I'm ready. Our packs aren't as mighty anymore without all them beers.
We drank a lot of beer last night. He's a little bit older today.
25 now.
Much lighter today. So we're just leaving camp. We had the option to follow the trail back to the main trail, and then we'd have to do some ups and downs to get to the Fremont Crossing, which we're trying to get to. The ranger said we could almost beeline it. We were asking about that. He said, yeah, you should just be able to almost off-trail it. We have Gaia GPS, so we can get our general direction right. So we've been beelining across these little hills, tarns, willows, some rocks.
Onward.
Got Sacagawea Peak. Nails proper bushman.
We're at the Fremont Crossing. Beautiful wooden bridge. Get some water real quick.
Yeah, I want to focus some water. I want to look at it too.
Put my head in it. You know. So this is kind of what we've been doing, heading out of the Fremont drainage up towards Lower Jean Lake. It's getting exposed, it's really warm, and it's just steep. So just kind of climbed out of Fremont drainage, made it up here. I think we're gonna continue to have some ups and downs, but I think the majority of the actual elevation getting up to the Jean Lakes area is kind of done. Walking along past Lower Jean Lake, just about past it. Then we'll be on to Middle and Upper Jean Lake. This place is obscene. Seriously, these giant rock cliffs and beautiful streams. It is unbelievable out here. It's been kind of rolling, variable terrain, but all in all, we're kind of gaining until about Summit Lake. That might kind of be like the actual top of our route entirely, but we won't get quite there today, I don't think. We're almost to Middle Jean Lake. Then we got Upper. And then we hit the junction with Shannon Pass and Elbow Lake, where we go left. Got to be about halfway done with our miles for the day, I think, which is pretty awesome. It's 12:45, so we can roll into camp around 4 or so. It'd be great.
How is it?
Woo! All right, so we jumped in. Felt great. Somehow colder than Titcomb Lakes. So we looked at the map and there's 12er and then yeah, some 13ers in here. I think that one right there in the middle is called like Arrowhead Peak, which makes sense. We are at Middle Jean Lake. We're gonna hit Upper Jean Lake and then the junction for Elbow Lake. And then right at that junction for Elbow, it's like 3.5 to Summit Lake. We don't want to camp at Summit Lake, it's a little too high and it gets steep right before it, so we're going to camp maybe near the Twin Lakes area. So I'm guessing probably 2 or 3 more miles for the day, and it's just about 2 o'clock. So we are doing great. Jumped in, feeling good. This trail's just kind of zigzagging. This looks like a Rohan if you're a Lord of the Rings fan. But you can see Dom and Meagan up there. Alright, so I've been a lot of places backpacking and had magnificent views and landscapes, but I think I figured this one out. This is the best above tree line and kind of just vegetationless hiking I've done. It reminds me of the backside of the Tetons trip I did last year, but that was just a couple miles. I mean, the last 2 days have been just these crazy mountains and basically no trees. This is just a stark landscape. It's basically like hiking on a Colorado pass, but just the whole day. It's just beautiful. So just kind of took my last video looking back that we came towards Island Lake. That'll be the last time I'll see that view actually. Now we are looking northward. So that's Shannon Pass straight ahead. And Elbow Lake will be down here below these cliffs and we're gonna be going left. This place is ridiculous. Oh man. Just about to the junction. All right, so that's Shannon Pass. Gets you down to Peak Lake, and then you could hook a right and go up Knapsack Col. But we're going left to Elbow Lake and beyond to Twin Lakes. back towards Shannon Pass. Lake. That is looking back towards Shannon Pass and Elbow Lake. We're just kind of going up and down over these little rocky areas, and beautiful lake over there to the left. Beautiful lake here to the right.
It's really like the best view of every one of the mountains we've had.
Yeah, that's a lot of big mountains over there. All right, this is probably our last view. Probably our last east view. So that's all those 13ers over by the Jean Lakes and Titcomb Basin. Now we're going to be focusing looking west. So this is looking north and trying to figure out where we're going to be going tomorrow. This is so cool looking out this way. We're going to be camping down somewhere near the Twin Lakes or Pass Lake down this area here. And then tomorrow going up that way. The west side of this pass sure looks different. A lot of rocks and trees. There should be camping around here. We're descending more, I think. Dropping down towards Twin Lakes and Pass Lake. I didn't realize planning this route that it was going to drop down this much, because tomorrow we go up to Summit Lake and that's going to be a little slog in the morning. Reached the bottom of this little drainage, got a creek going through. And I think the Twin Lakes and Pass Lakes area are going to be down here. A lot lower tree line than I thought. This is good. This is beautiful. Almost to camp. Hoping we're camping in 20 minutes. Be nice. Get some water. Relax. But it's really cool being on the west side here. Right now it's camp finding mode. Alright, we have found camp for our third night here in the Wind River Range. And we are at Pass Lake. It's really private. It's a side turnout from the CDT. It's 4:30. We've got a good chunk of daylight still. And it was a beautiful day. Big day, but Dominic and Meagan just handled it like champs. They did great. I'm so happy because it's such a good crew to be doing this with. So we're kind of exposed here, but that's totally cool. Tomorrow's gonna be deep into the trees, kind of on our way back out. Really low elevation we're gonna be in, so we're gonna have a fire then. But this is beautiful. Stoked to get set up here. Night number 3, Wind River Range at Pass Lake. Wow. All right, so it's 5 o'clock on the dot. We are here at Pass Lake. Give you a little tour around town. Got my little Kelty set up there. Dom, what do you got over here?
I got my tent set up. Yeah, it's a nice
little tent. Here's our view of Pass Lake. Pretty beautiful. Gonna get some good stars tonight too. I think it's still gonna be clear. Some big peaks right behind the tree, and then actually right over the ridge we can see, but we've seen peaks for the last couple days, and this is kind of cool. Well, that was delightful as hell. Here at Pass Lake, afternoon sun. It is 5:35, and this was an amazing day. That water felt great. So the 4th lake we've jumped in on this trip. Still gonna shoot for either Summit Lake tomorrow or maybe Palmer Lake. So this has been another amazing day out here so far. Got the homies. What a spot. Let's go hang out at camp.
We don't have any beers to drink.
Yeah, we're all out of beers. We did find this spot, but there's not really a 2-person tent spot. I thought maybe they could have squeezed there, yeah, and then I could fit in multiple places, but there's a campfire, but we're not allowed to have campfires up here. We're not allowed to have campfires up here, but we came to this little edge, and to be honest, if you're like following the principles, this isn't 200 feet from the lake, but this spot is beautiful. So we're gonna hang out up here, and we're gonna at least eat, and then once the sun goes down over the ridge, it wouldn't matter being out here anyways because it'll be dark, and we're in a nice spot. So I really like where Dom chose. We're in a nice, beautiful meadow. We're gonna get some sun, and it's nice.
He doesn't actually ever want to go on a trip with me again, he just told me. It's sad.
That was very dramatic.
The way he's sitting. This is Pass Lake, our camping spot for night number 3 here in the Wind River Range. There's Gunsight Pass nearby, and that kind of looks like a gun sight straight ahead. Very narrow, kind of V-shaped. But this lake is getting still and beautiful. We're the only people here.
It's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to apologize today.
What you eating, mate?
A ramen bomb, but this is my wife's.
He's making dinner for me.
Nice. I'm making a beef stroganoff, so it's going to be dehydrating for about 15-20 minutes.
You salt it up?
I did, salt and pepper. I want to do a time lapse, but we're eating, and I like filming things of that variety. But I'm going to do a little time lapse here on these mountains. So
get ready for the next 3 seconds, baby.
We will, yeah. I'm going to spend 30 minutes to make a 3-second video, and I will show that video right now. Beautiful sunset here. Light on these peaks. So Dom said he had some instant coffee, so I think I'm just gonna finish my coffee. Send it. So it is morning of day 4 of the trip. Just had our 3rd night here at Pass Lake. You can see our tents. Nice chilly morning. Sun's yet to come up. A lot of condensation on the tent this morning, and it's pretty chilly again. I just seemed to refuse to want to put my leggings on and my long sleeve in the night. That definitely would have been the solution, but instead I was just a little cold. Stupid of me and lazy. But I heard Dom get up in the night and blow up his pad multiple times, and then I heard some activity and saw some headlamps, so I'm guessing that Dom had to patch his sleeping pad in the middle of the night, so we'll see what that's all about. I have backup patches and glue and stuff. I got a kit, so if he needs any help. Beautiful morning, glorious. We had the lake to ourselves. Depending on the temperature, I might just jump in the lake in a little bit here after breakfast, just clean off a little and refresh, but should be another great day on the trail. Today we're going to be heading up to Summit Lake and then over across the Double Top Trail to Palmer Lake and then dropping into Palmer Canyon where we're going to be actually below tree line, be able to have a fire. Looking towards our tents, and we're going to be actually going out there to the left today, and this is looking the way we came yesterday. Way out that way is Shannon Pass, and then the split to go over to Jean Lakes and then down to Island Lake where we came from. Trader Joe's dark coffee on day 4 in the Wind River Range at Pass Lake. Sometimes you got to see the non-glamorous parts of backpacking. Dom unfortunately had a rough night last night. I heard his pad getting blown up easily 4 or 5 times, and he is trying to figure out where the hole is. So basically, yeah, it's really simple. You can do this at home in your bathtub. Oh, Dom found it. You, you blow up your pad, you submerge it under the water, and then you just find the hole.
There was just, and I can remember. Well, that's what happens when your pad freaking pops on you.
Going with the bougie breakfast today. Mountain House breakfast skillets. Got some sausage, some egg, red peppers, potatoes. It's a good one. I wish I brought hot sauce. I failed. There is no hot sauce. I do have some salt and pepper. Oh, spilling pepper on the ground. There we go.
Good enough.
Probably has enough sodium. but I'll do a little more for giggles.
Did you dip it in it?
Mountain House breakfast skillet. Yep. Right on, brother.
Yeah, that thing's still soaked on that bottom. But 9 hours in the tent, only about 3 sleeping.
Because you had a bad day, you take one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You tell you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work out a song and the music will learn. You had a bad day, you tell me don't lie, you went back down and you really don't lie. You had a bad day, you had a bad day. Living is not a guarantee out here.
Living is not a guarantee. You had a bad day.
I did have a bad day, and then I took one down, and then I
Turned it around.
I sang a sad song, and I passed it around.
So we were just about ready to roll on the 4th day of our trip. So recap yesterday, started at Island Lake here. We just beelined it through these little tiny tarns right here to the trail. The ranger recommended it actually. Continued down, dropped into the Fremont Crossing, little drainage there, a little steep down, plenty of water, nice bridge. And then climbed steeply out up into the basin with the Jean Lakes. So right here was just beautiful. We went swimming at Middle Jean Lake, and there were just, all these peaks are huge. I mean, just as dramatic as Titcomb Basin from the day before. This was fantastic. And just coming right up here, right at this pass too. Your last kind of view is down this way with all these peaks, and then you could look up towards Shannon Pass up here. From there, we headed west for the first time on this trip, and we had views of Elbow Lake, and this Sky Pilot Peak is really giant, and it's really cool. You kind of circumnavigate. Right when you get past Elbow Lake, you start going up and down a lot here. There's these big rock mounds and just variable terrain, but beautiful little lakes and ponds everywhere, but not amazing camping spots until you kind of drop down. So I couldn't really tell on the map, but right here you drop down significantly. There's a lot of switchbacks, kind of drop down almost into forests, and then the Twin Lakes are off to your right, and Pass Lake is just actually a short little side trail, and that's where we're camped last night. So beautiful place. This lake is really private. Nobody else was camping there. So today we're going to be leaving Pass Lake and heading up towards Summit Lake. From there we're going to take this double top trail kind of up high past No Name Lakes, Cutthroat Lakes, over to Palmer Lake right here, this junction. So this will be our kind of last experience being high up on this trip. And we'll hit Palmer Lake, hopefully maybe have lunch and go for a swim. And we're gonna drop deep into this canyon, and I've heard it's beautiful. These walls are really steep. You can tell by the color here. So just a really deep canyon. We'll definitely be going below tree line, and people say there's a lot of great camping right here in this Reynolds Newfork Park area. And there's a creek, we can have a fire, and then it's 8 miles out tomorrow to the end of the hike. Day 4, Wind River Range, Pass Lake. Had a good sleep. Dom didn't.
Had a good sleep. The tent was wet and frosty, but it was cool.
Really nice view.
They
I
didn't
really
take us
like
out on
this
their
spot.
horses.
Yeah.
Really cool.
This is a side trail to the lake from the trail, so like you don't actually have passerbyers unless they are coming down here looking for the lake or something in particular. So we had it all to ourselves after like 30 minutes.
And the lake was lovely to jump in. It wasn't too cold, so that was nice.
A lot of swimming.
So yep, we're on our way. Another beautiful day. There was one cloud this morning, and now there's nothing. So I'm on to Summit Lake, ready to go. Let's boogie. Dropping down in this basin right after Pass Lake, where we camped. Of course, there's more beautiful little ponds and lakes everywhere. Here we go, day 4. I feel like we're going to be descending a little bit here into this drainage and then probably back up to Summit Lake. Reached another beautiful bridge here at a nice waterfall stream. Down halfway through this drainage. I feel like it's been 3 days since we've walked through a shaded forest. It actually feels really nice right now. I know that Summit Lake is very exposed, hence the name. But I might be ready for a swim already. That has absolutely been the theme of this trip. 4 lakes so far. Definitely gonna hit Summit Lake today, and quite possibly Palmer. Little steep section. Glad it's in the shade. This beautiful creek running along us. Got this big creepy tree, and then we got a creepy old Dom who just got older on his creepy old birthday. Kind of made it on the top of this pass on our way to Summit Lake. Awesome area. It's looking kind of north. I'm happy now living without you. I let you go. Oh, oh. So that's the way we're going to be heading, towards Palmer Lake. And that leads you to Three Forks Park, actually down towards Green River Lakes Trailhead. And this is Summit Lake. And we are going to take a dip. Because why would you not want to jump in a lake up there? On a day like this. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Just took a dipper in Summit Lake, which was surprisingly shallow and muddy. We are headed up straight ahead here. So we're gonna kind of just be up in these rolling rocky. We are cruising out of the basin with Summit Lake, and I'm gonna be passing through, I think it's Lost Lakes, and there's a few others, I'm forgetting their names, but ultimately we're gonna get to Palmer Lake. So curious to see how it's gonna look up here. Beautiful. It's where we came from. So that's the way we just came. That was No Name Lake. And it was really windy, so I couldn't really film. So we just made it over this little saddle, and I'm guessing this is the second No Name Lake. Just continues to impress up here. Well, that's where we came from. That's the trail below me. We just came up a real steep push. I'm gonna be turning looking to the west. It's gonna get windy. Just came down that ridge. Walking through here. Wow, that was not fun. Came from over there, descended, came up. Whew! Steep descent down to Palmer Lake. Just been cruising, but this is a beautiful lake.
Split peanut butter and jelly. It's good.
You got some roots there, mate. Put them out.
No
Yeah,
roots. Look at that. The very end ones are broke, but every other one's perfect.
Perfect.
Takes skill.
So this is Palmer Lake. A little windy, but we stopped and had lunch, took a swim, and now we're headed out towards Palmer Canyon down that way. And we're gonna descend into the canyon. That's the kind of the wall of it. And we'll be camping. So it should be 3.1 to the split. Saying goodbye to Palmer Lake. Just a bunch of elevation gain before we have to descend and lose it all. We're almost to kind of the overlook to see into Palmer Canyon. And it's gonna be all downhill. Starting down the steep switchbacks. This is just a straight switchback descent. One of those situations where it looks like it's just gonna go off a cliff, and then sure enough, it's just back and forth. Steep switchbacks. This is the way down into Palmer Canyon from the double top. Palmer Lake, it's pretty steep. Getting some running water now though. We know we're gonna get down into tree line and have some real nice camping. It's starting to look like the Tetons or glacier in here as we descend. Got some berries, some big broadleaf plants. This is it. This is Meagan's first thimbleberry. Yeah, right? Oh yeah, there's some good ones right there. This is a thimbleberry. Had them in glacier. As we descend here, this looks different from where we started too at Elkhart. Elkhart was rockier and I think even higher elevation, but so we basically dropped down from higher than that peak, but up to the right through that drainage. Very steep. Holy moly. Dom, are you glad? We are allowed to have fires. This is what we've discovered. Every person who walks on this trail will be envious, as this is ridiculous.
Put a smile on your face.
High five, mandatory. High five.
Oh!
Get you. Get you. So we just passed the trail junction coming down from Palmer Canyon. I think this area is technically called Newfork Park, this whole expanse. But we were gonna camp like a half mile up the trail, and it was all enclosed and we just had a little bit of a view, but this is exposed, but we still don't think there's weather coming in, so we're gonna take it. Just this huge meadow. We can have a fire down here. What a great way to finish the trip. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. So that's the way we came, down Palmer Canyon. We came across this meadow and the sun is just about ready to disappear over this ridge. So I wanted to catch this in the light. It's just beautiful. This is, again, one of the best spots I've ever camped in my entire life. This meadow is just so glorious. It reminds me of like Yellowstone, or actually reminds me of Glacier, the Tetons too, but this is just beautiful. And the sun is just about going down over the ridge. We got this creek next to us down here and we were hanging out, putting our feet in. It's colder than any lake just because it's a running creek and the running water just makes it feel so much colder. Can't wait to wind down here and have some dinner and just enjoy the night. We get to have a campfire tonight. So I'm gonna go look for some wood here in a minute. This is gonna be fantastic.
Park Lord.
You must be named only in quiet.
Around friends.
Yeah, nice little fire going. We are waiting for our food to hydrate. Dom is having chicken Alfredo pasta from Peak to Refuel.
Something like that.
Megan's having sweet pork and rice from the same company. I'm having Backpacker's Pantry pasta primavera. And we got a nice little fire going. We are hanging out after dinner at the camp. Nice little fire going. Twilight hour starting. No stars quite yet, but there's Dom and Megan's tent down canyon. We will be heading tomorrow. And I'm way over there. It's a little chilly already. We're trying to think of how cold it will be. The creek is right down there. We're hanging out, loving this fire. I realized, I think last night I didn't do a sign-off video at the end of the day. So this might be the last video for today, probably will. It was a great fourth day. It was a great fourth day.
Last night
and our last night in the Wind River Range, backcountry.
River Range.
And tomorrow we hike out about 8 miles to the trailhead. We're gonna hop in the lake, have some ice cold beers.
We're gonna get some burgers and wings, and we're gonna get soft pretzels and egg rolls.
Egg rolls.
Good morning. It is day 5 of the trip and just waking up from our 4th night here. Pretty chilly last night. I also poked my head out and it's looking a little hazy.
Pots and pans coming, Mike. All the plane knows.
I ran out of coffee, so Dom and Meagan are offering some instant coffee. I'm coming over and I hope you're nice and dressed and proper. Dom offered me coffee.
He did.
Did you have a huge hole in your shoe?
Mike.
This is how Dom's been rolling lately. See this? That's the inside of the shoe.
That's what happens.
It's not.
Like 500 miles.
It's kind of nasty. I'm sticking my hand in his shoe. All right, Sprouts instant coffee. Nothing wrong with that. I do instant coffee a lot.
So it is Monday, September 5th, Labor Day. It was a good night. It was cold. It was actually the coldest night for me, I think. Yeah, and that's so strange. We're down at 9,200. We camped nearly at 11,000 one night, but I guess it just all depends on all these other features I don't quite understand.
Get low, get low till the whistle blow. Wow!
We are headed out of our Palmer Canyon campsite, 8 miles back to the Newfork Trailhead, and it is a very cold morning. Cold and smoky, a little breezy. 8 miles, hazy day, it'll warm up. It's been a great trip, and I'm glad that well, I'm not glad it's smoky, but if it's gonna get smoky, I'm glad it was today. So
It's been really awesome though so far.
let's party on.
Thanks to Mike for planning this trip for us. I just got off the Colorado Trail and I said, it's up to you, SA. I don't want to do any planning, and he did it all, and Megan and I are very grateful for that. It was an awesome trip, and we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back, brother.
Heck yeah. It was an awesome trip. Everything worked out perfectly so far, except for Dom's air mattress. But update, it did get fixed, and it held air last night on probably our coldest night.
I got
so
some sleep last night, and
tell.
I didn't have to sing Daniel Powder this morning. I actually was singing Christina Perri. It was a whole different vibe.
See?
So
He's only human, but he knows his limits now thoroughly.
yeah, and I'm also not gonna have a bad day today. So
We're gonna go get a burger.
Yeah.
All right.
wait, real quick.
Yeah.
This is how thru hikers stay warm while they're cooking their oats in the morning, and they're wearing their shorts. Warm. And that's how they
That's how they do it.
We're all nails to prop up this. Onward!
So that is looking the way we came. Our camp spot's right down there in the middle. And the sun coming through this haze. Gotta say, the smoke's never a good thing, but it sure does make some interesting contrast. You can really see the layers of mountains when there's a lot of smoke.
We're gonna take the walk.
We're gonna walk on down to our meadow. We're gonna walk on down.
We reached a creek crossing. Dom made it without getting them wet. Got the toes wet, but that dries them off quick. I think Megan made it as well, pretty much. I just decided to just start walking. Ooh. It's pretty exciting. Just in case I fall.
I felt this move a little bit.
Woo. The Dom are out.
It's rock hard, Mark, and boy. Rock hard, Mark.
Haven't had this angle all trip.
Hey, fella. We're out here in the wilderness. Johan Stanley leading us. Leading us to Burr.
It's so bulky because like having a nice small pack is really nice.
Yeah.
Just for like movability and stuff with it.
I'm getting in this walk by, Mike. We're gonna miss it.
There's a cow just running through the stream. Good thing we didn't filter water there. We made it. We are back. We are getting dug back.
Hey.
Wait.
High five.
We'll record each other giving each other.
We did it. 5 days in the winds. What do you
Yep.
guys have to say?
It was amazing.
How windy
Great
was
itinerary. It's fantastic.
How windy?
It wasn't that windy
How
until
rivery?
today. It was pretty lakey.
Pretty lakey.
Yeah.
Calm Lake Range. Got a Scuba Shack lager here.
Oh,
Suds galore.
couldn't even wait.
Mm.
That is kind of cold. Wow.
That's
Is
good,
it
yeah.
good?
Yeah, it's not bad. That's the good stuff.
Oh,
Sweaty.
It has like lime and salt already in the brew process. It's really nice.
sweet.
Yeah.
Scuba Shack lager from Base Camp Beer Works out of Grand Junction. It's kind of like a lime lager.
Did you like it?
God, that's good right now. All right, so I'm doing a hop salad from Lawson's Finest Liquids out of Vermont. It's kind of named after a fish song. Delicious IPA. My tripod is broken. There she goes.
Magic Power by Half Acre.
Sweet.
Great brewing company.
Sweet.
Cheers.
Hop salad. Cheers. Let's go. Yes, sir.
Woo.
Cheers. Ooh, that's like a picture. That's a picturesque right there.
Magic Power. Ooh, that's yummy.
You want to try this?
It's way down there.
Sure.
You've never had it? You've had Sip of Sunshine, but not this?
Yeah.
I've never had it either.
So this is 7% instead of 8. Yeah, it's
It's
got
got the Magic Power too.
multiple hops. It's super West Coasty, but it's delicious.
You love West Coast IPAs.
Actually, no, it's not. It's like
I
tropical
like
hops, but
West
it's
Coast.
clean.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it's-
That's really good.
Oh, these are so good. Smells a lot.
Spills a lot, yep.
I just didn't get quite.
Did we get you? Oh, we got you.
So I had to go for the second drink, and then I spilled
That's good too.
because I went for a double prop. The hopsaw is
I
really
like
good.
that one a lot. Yeah.
The hopsaw is amazing.
Yeah, you just probably shouldn't come to the Wind River Range. Just go elsewhere.
It's ugly. Don't come.
I think great places you could go is like Yellowstone and just not here, so
Okay.
don't come to Wyoming.
To me personally, we were talking about it. I feel like it's been longer than 5 days since we left that trailhead at Elkhart, but it's just always kind of seems how it goes, and then you reminisce on everything afterwards. But while you're in the middle of it, it just time goes by so quick. Actually, every day just panned out really well. Good miles. We weren't too stressed. Every time we'd be going on an up, there'd be another down, or there'd just be some beautiful place we'd stop for a couple minutes.
All
So
the views were so different and unique in their own way.
yeah.
Yeah, we had the most insane weather. Like it was just perfect.
Yeah.
Can't ask for better.
This is Two Towns Cosmic Crisp. It's an 8% cider. It's a little bubbly, but sweet. Not too sweet for being 8% though.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's a nice cider.
yeah. Yeah, 2 towns are from Corvallis, Oregon, right?
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah, and then we have the blueberry and the tropical too.
Untitled Art. We got a prickly pear guava hard seltzer, and Mike is going to say something about it right now.
It's some juice. It's nice. There you go. Try it. Now let your wife try it. Let her try it.
Give her a try.
Never seen a seltzer like
Isn't that great?
Wow.
That's so good. Holy crap.
Those are so good.
They are. We're gonna go get some food at Wind River Range, but we're gonna crack the Jack's Abbey Copper Legend. You guys are in for a treat. I don't know if you really like this style. It's super light. It's an Oktoberfest, but it is my favorite Oktoberfest. Jack's Abbey's out of Boston.
I know I already said it,
And-
but this prickly pear guava is my favorite.
Really good. That's my favorite seltzer.
This
Isn't that
is
crazy?
better.
I know.
This is
You can buy
amazing.
you can get 6-packs. at
Untitled
Fisher's
Art.
or whatever.
They're good at anything sweet.
Andes, whatever. So yeah, this is just gonna be beer, man. It's gonna taste like a fall beer, but I think I saw some leaves fall, and this is about the right time for this to happen. Malty.
That looks like a classic beer too. It's
Classic.
like a beer you'd have in
That's
the
what
90s.
September should look like.
Brother, my shoe. Right on, brother. Not right on, brother. Stop it!
You can walk 500 miles, but you can't let your wife tickle your toes.
Tickle my toes!
She knows I'm ticklish.
We got about 30 minutes back to Pinedale, and then 20 minutes up to the trailhead to get my car, 20 back to Pinedale, and then lunch. I'll be getting home late today. Totally fine. I mean, this is absolutely a trip of a lifetime. We're gonna go gather the other vehicle and go to Wind River Range Brewing and get some burgers. God darn it, that sounds good.
What a way to end the trip. We're gonna jump off a boat, Josh. Wind River Range! Pinedale Lake 2018! Let's go!
Got some tunes going. It was a fantastic trip. Everything went according to plan, except for Dom's third night. I guess when you have a birthday and you're happy, you gotta sometimes just, you gotta face the shit, man. So he had a bad day, but he turned it around. We had a good hike, now we're singing this song. We had a bad day.
We had a bad day.
So we've been getting down on these wings, but like, dude, that's a burger. I didn't mention brisket. Yeah, same thing. We got a side salad. She got buffalo chicken. There's so much blue cheese that's spilling onto the floor. Got our beers. Yeah. This might be the final countdown here. Hanging out at the Wind River Brewing. Just had dinner, lunch, whatever you want to call it. Sweet. Maybe we'll see you next time.